Shyama Sundara Kanayala Girivaradari Nanadula. Tukaj mi zmeri zapeljali k meni tale Shyama Sundara. Ni tako paše, veš, tako lepo zveni, da sem zmeri predolg vlekel. Kumi so se navadili, da sem jaz krajšel, ne, kumi. Ampak zdaj sem se že kar navadil, se vidim, kad tako to učim, če brez tega težko, veš. Ta del. Shyama Sundara Kanayala Girivaradari Nanadula. Še kar gre, ne.
Ja, nisi v ritmu. Ni bilo v ritmu.
A ne, pa zdaj mi malo gre, no. Shyama Sundara Kanayala Girivaradari Nanadula. Shyama Sundara Kanayala Girivaradari Nanadula. To moram jaz posneti, tole, ko si igral.
Ne, samo nisi v ritmu, jaz sem te lovil.
Približno, malo sem se ti že približil.
Gre tudi maha mantra na to, ali ne?
Gre. Malo sem se ti že približil.
Te pa malo podpoj maha mantra, pa bom ti popravil, bom ti povedal, pa moraš peti.
Lažje to pojem. Ker maha mantra skoraj nikoli ne pojem.
Sam poj brez harmonije.
Shyama, pa to pa nimam. Shyama Sundara Kanayala Girivaradari Nanadula. Zdaj pa nimam čutka, ne? Shyama Sundara Kanayala Girivaradari Nanadula. Daj ploski, daj. Ti ploski.
Ja, ne gre ti.
Ti ploski, no?
Zdaj tak je v ritmu.
Jaz sem tisti, ki kratko, bolj kratko povaš.
Ja, moraš tako delati, se ti mora iziti.
Kanayala. Se ne poje tako.
Ja, pa pozor ti ne izide.
Ja, tudi uni ne poje tako, se ne spomnim, da tako. Kanayala. Da bi kratko, tako, trrrm, ja, veš ko počne.
Ja, pa lahko poješ daljše, samo mora se te iziti, ne?
Shyama Sundara Kanayala.
Da ti že ne gre.
Ne vem, ste posebej. Sliši dober, veš? Samo mislim, da prevedno posneti. Kar fil, lahko tudi zmrzano. Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dina Daya. Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dina Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dina Daya. No še enkrat to, ne?
Ja, sem pozabim tekst, ne moram.
To, kar zdaj.
Ja, sem že pozabil.
Dina dayal prabhu, dina dayal, dina dayal prabhu, dina dayal, dina dayal prabhu, dina dayal, dina dayal prabhu, dina dayal. Ko zdaj se v mene bo težko naučiti.
To je zdaj točno v ritmu.
Zdaj se v mene bo težko naučiti to, veš.
Težko?
Ne bo se mi.
Ne, to zdaj, ko imaš tak...
Tik, ki smo ti pošli to, ne? Da smo jaz sam ponovil to, ne? Ni problema to ponoviti, da veš. Problem je to znati. Problem je to znati, ne? V bistvu se sam to, ne? Vse lahko sam karetale.
To so karetale, ja. Škatla tu. Moče da je tam manjša. Hare Krišna. Imamo karatalista, tako da bote vedbe morali igrati. Tu je že, ni? Boš probali, Mišo, enkrat, na kratko? Sedi se samo, da probamo, da...
Ne bi bilo važno, ne bi bilo važno, jaz sem izpomnil.
Ja, lahko kar nekaj na sredini začneš se. Čisto to super se. Mogoče lahko tu se sedel. En dvojštoček si vzel. Ali pa tam, kje želiš. Lahko zvočnik moče malo bolj tja. Ne, istočasno.
Istočasno?
Ne, istočasno.
Aha, okej.
To je samo da probamo. Kar sedi se tam. Nič pa se smeje. Pol ure so vađani. Pol ure igra se. Imaš ti. Ja, pol ure.
Neko vredna, ne? Mislim, tako po bližince.
Nekaj že sredini moram mantro zapomniti nas.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Je v redu? Še mene?
Koliko časa so plačali? 45 minut. Okay. Spet pa ure, kaj? A res? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Satyadesha Tarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Satyadesha Tarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Lep pozdrav. Dobrodošli. Najlepša hvala za vaš obisk v tem še vedno poletnem času, čas dopustov. Hvala lepo, da ste vzeli čas. Na tem tretjem festivalu Bhakti, inspiracije smo ga imenovali, tudi na kratko FBI, zato ker raziskujemo našo notranjost. Tako da namen teh srečanj je, da se navdušimo, tisti, ki smo iskalci nekih drugih dimenzij, notranjih dimenzij, duhovnih dimenzij, da se dobimo in se pravimo navdušiti za to področje, ki moče javnost, oziroma v mainstreamu ni to popularno, oziroma vedno bolje, vedno bolj. Tako da rabimo podporo in drugega. Tako da program bil načeloma sledeč, 3 deli tega programa. Prvi je ta glasbeni del, da se malo odklopimo, oziroma da se priklopimo na višjo dimenzijo, ko smo zdaj bili na poti ali pa na avtobusu ali pa kjerkoli, tako da 45 minut nekako bi pripevali te mantre, mahamantro večinoma, verjetno si poznate. Potem bomo poslušali predavanje našega gosta, posebnega gosta, moram reči. Ravno se je pridružil naš gost Adi Puruša Prabhu, sicer prihaja iz Ukrajine, eden največjih strokovnjakov na svetu za vedsko literaturo. Živo! Slovenija že zahaja že od 2005 naprej, 2006 in je naš glavni učitelj za to področje, tako da imamo privilegij, da je z nami. Govoril bomo na temo, moče malo kasneje povem še na koncu. Se pravi, je to nekakšna prezentacija, nekje 45 minut, oziroma to nekje, glede na vprašanje pa diskusijo. Potem pa še, preden sedemo zadnji točki, ki je pa navadi vedno vegetarijanska zakuska, bomo še malo probali zapeti. Zdaj, ena stvar, ki bi hoče izpostaviti, če komu se zelo mudi, da mora prej iti pred 7 uro, je kdo kakšen takšen, ker smo skuhali dovolj, tako da ne bi šli, bomo dali za zraven, če slučajno morate, če pa ne, pa boste pa kasneje želi, ko se boste še ne jedli. Tako da nekje 7 bi ta zakuska bila. Tako da še enkrat bi se zahvalil. Upam, da bo všeč. Namen je, da je tudi neka duhovna izkušnja. Smo pred božanstvi, se pravi posebno vliko Krišne, ki še bolj ustvarja atmosfero, še bolj transcendentalno, duhovno ali pa metafizično, kakorkoli si to izrazimo. Tako da bi zelo predal mikrofon našim glasbenikom. So prišli posebej iz Maribora, z Nove Gorice celo, z Lendave, celo Slovenije. Tako da hvala vam, da ste se vzeli svoj čas. Pa nadaljujemo z preklapljenjem na više frekvence. Najlepša hvala. Hare Krišna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Toya, me to
Najlepša hvala naši glasbeni skupini. Še eno? Ja. Se pravi, naslednja točka je prezentacija oziroma predavanje našega posebnega gosta, ki sem ga že prej malo nakazal. Se pravi, naš gost prihaja iz duhovnega sveta, sicer originalno, ampak v tem življenju pravi, da je iz Ukrajine. Večinoma časa živi v najbolj svetem mestu na tem planetu, ko se imenuje Vrindavan, rojstni kraj gospoda Krišne, kjer glavnem poučuje, se pravi, duhovne iskalce iz celega sveta. Tako da od leta 2006 preomenil že prihaja v našo Slovenijo in naš tempelj in vodi vsa izobraževanja najpomembnejših vedskih znanja, se pravi iz Bhagavad-gite in Šrimad Bhagavatam, ko vemo, so najpomembnejša dela vedska. Ga bi kar povabil na naš govorniški sedež, kako to imenujemo. Bom pa še sem par stvari povedal kot rdeča nit teh predavanj. Večino od vas verjetno se ukvarjate malo z duhovnostjo oziroma z neko jogo ali pa meditacijo ali pa neko takšno temo, ki so metafizično temo. In včasih na duhovni poti delamo stvari, pa nekot nam ne ratejo, a pa ne ratejo vsak dan. In zdaj smo izpostavili, da delamo stvari oziroma rekli smo, da poslušamo neke stvari, ampak jih ne slišimo. Gledamo neke stvari, pa jih ne vidimo. In isto je v duhovnem življenju, v duhovni praksi. Ene stvari delamo, pa nekot mislimo, da vemo, ampak ne rata vedno. Tako da smo rekli, rdeča nit teh tudi predavanj bo, da pravimo te stvari malo osvetliti, duhovno prakso oziroma pomembne stvari, ki nam lahko grejo. In dve takšne stvari smo rekli, je druženje, pomembnost druženja, pa pomembnost petja teh manter. In ta dva aspekta duhovne jogijske prakse bomo izpostavili čim večkrat, da se bojo usedli in da bojo tudi probali delovati. Tako da današnji naslov je povezan z druženjem in je, se pravi, povej mi, kdo so tvoji prijatelji, in še par ostalih skrivnosti v zvezi za to tematiko, tako da bom kar predal besedo našemu gostu, ki se ukvarja z bhakti-jogo od leta, oziroma z duhovnostjo, transcendenco. Od 89. leta, to je koliko? 30 plus 32, 33 let, on pravi premalo. Zdaj, če kdo rabi prevod, v angleščini bo rabi prevod, imamo sistem za prevajanje, če lahko tam prevajaš za naše boje, simultano, tako da bomo, da to jezik ne sme biti ovira za takšne teme. Najlepša hvala, pa predajam besedo našemu gostu. Hvala lepa.
Hare Krishna. I think I'll catch up on my steps, and so I'll not sit, I'll walk. Also, it's harder to fall asleep when somebody's walking in front of you, so I'll be walking here and there. Hare Krishna. Thanks everybody for coming to the temple, to our program. I think over the last year we have come to appreciate that this is a privilege to be able to come to some other place and to meet somebody in person and not just as a screen picture or a sound in the phone. I read that even memories are not so bright. We have brain fog. We don't remember what happened, because it's all the same. We are just in the room and it's more or less the same. So we have a hard time figuring out, did it happen before or after? So it's tying up very neatly with our topic of association. Yes, so Ananda Prabhu is teaching, and he presented me as a teacher. So when I was introduced to teaching, this was a very revolutionary idea that teaching can be interactive. So we are trying always to involve all the people with some conversations, with some exercises, and this works. Why? Because instead of just a point on the whiteboard, instead of a point on a screen, it is something that you discuss with a person. So instead of just hearing, you have hearing, seeing, talking, and it's many more channels that you absorb your wisdom through, that you can realize that wisdom. So association is very important. It's very important not only in bhakti-yoga. I was just trying to think, is it only our special thing, that only in bhakti-yoga sadhu sangha is so important that, it would, it's actually even strange. It's a verse, 11, 12, 1, right? 11, 12, 1, yes. Krishna says in Uddhava Gita, he says, I naroda et imam yogo. I am not captured or charmed by yoga, meditation. Naroda et imam yogo na sankyam dharma evacha. I'm not captured by philosophical analysis, sankhya. I'm not captured by following some religious rituals. Nasvadhyayas. I'm not captured even by study of books of wisdom. I'm sorry, that's heartbreaking, but Krishna says I'm not captured even by that. Yeah, what to do? Nasvadhyayas. Not by austerity. So even if you go into a cold, do we have a cold river in Slovenia this time? Maybe not in the summer, but come here. Okay? Kamniška Bistrica, okay. If you sit in Kamniška Bistrica in winter, let's say, even then, you cannot, Krishna says you cannot capture, not by chanting nice spiritual hymns, not by following all the rules, not by giving nice charity, as much, he says, yatha varunde sat sango sarva sangha paho himam. I'm not captured by any of these as much as I am captured by associating with devotees, with sadhus, with good people who are, which sounds very good, just, come together and hang out together, and that's it, Krishna is in your, in the pocket, sort of not quite convenient, should be in the heart. But he says, I'm captured. Plus, he says, it removes bad sarva sangha pahohima. It removes all the bad things in the heart. It purifies. So I was trying to think, is it only bhakti-yoga that has this special method that we just, associate together, and, everything is done. Everything is done. Well, I think Buddhists also have three jewels: Dharma, Buddha, and Sangha. So Sangha is there, association. I think association is important practically everywhere. But in devotee association, we are not just coming together, we do sing Hare Krishna, we do study Bhakti Shastras, we do study good books of wisdom. Plus, we have something that nobody has, I think, which is prasad. Imamo piškotki and pizza and all the other medenjaki. Yes, medenjaki. Whenever I come from Ljubljana to Munich, to Dortmund, to Zurich, they say, have you brought medenyaki? They like medenyaki. I think you have very nice medenyaki. So that's not mentioned in any other spiritual path, I think, that you can take prasad. And we have it at 7, right? 7 o'clock. So mark the time. Only 1 hour more, and then you'll have prasad. So that was when Ananda Prabhu said that what will be the topic. I thought, okay, it should be about association, about friendship. So what famous proverb about friendship we have? It is, tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. Right? Yes. Yes. Did you hear the mystic rule that your income is the average of incomes of your 5 constant friends? Hare Krishna. Okay, who is okay, I should go associate with somebody. What car does he drive? Okay, let me raise my income by good association. Did you hear this? It's some of the famous modern. There are many of these, I don't know, Zig Ziglar or somebody, these motivational speakers, they say this is one of the rules. And it's true. Also in spiritual life, your spiritual advancement will be the medium of spiritual advancement of 20 people with whom you constantly associate, I guess, including the 5 on the altar, I guess. They give super blessings. Yes? And you are filled with blessings. Some time ago, somehow sometimes I look at these TED Talks. Did you ever see some TED Talks? They have some interesting ideas. I think that's how it's called, ideas worth spreading. Sometimes they have something interesting. Devotees also sometimes have these TED Talks. I know at least 3 or 4 who had these TED Talks, right? We had Gorgopal, we had Patri, we have several who did these TED or TEDx talks. So I somehow stumbled upon one author who said that your problem is not the secret to get anything is not attitude. Attitude is not attitude. It is your association. Your association. And she gave some examples. She was running she was calling this success groups. Success groups. Basically, that's just some groups where they discuss problems and discuss how to support each other. And she gave many examples about how she claimed that any dream, the craziest dream you may have, you will have it. And she said, she gave several examples. Somebody wanted to have a chimpanzee. And as soon as somebody in New York said, I want to have a chimp. So somebody said, oh, thank you. We have a chimp and we don't know where to keep it because we rent a chimp for some movies and for something else. And if you want, you can take care of that chimp. Chimpanzee, a monkey. Anyway, people they may have some strange names. But more interesting was another one about some lady who raised her hand and she said she wants to go on a cruise. So I don't know if you want to go on a cruise. I think in Venice you can see this gigantic. They want to ban these ships from Venice because it looks like half a Ljubljana or bigger than that. We have this like a ship this near behind the train station. We have this building here. Yeah? So those ships are like 20 of these buildings, or I don't know, they have like 4,000 people on a ship. It's huge, it's incredible. So somebody said, I want to go on a cruise, but I have 3 problems. 2 problems I can say, and 1 is secret. So, okay, so what are your problems? And they said that, okay, my problem is, one problem is that my mother is sick, I cannot leave my mother. No, first, I have no money, yes, that's the first problem. I have no money to go on a cruise. Usually it's expensive to go on a long cruise. And then somebody said, oh, you know what? I got a prize, the cruise, 1 ticket, but I want to go with my girlfriend, I guess, and I have only 1, so therefore I don't know what to do with it. So I couldn't find who to give it, you can take it. Okay, so cruise ticket is there. And what is the second problem? I have a sick mother, and I don't know, I have no money to pay for a nurse. So immediately somebody raises the hand and says that I am a nurse, and to be a registered nurse I have to do pro bono, free work, 10 days a year. And this year I couldn't find where to do pro bono work. Will 10 days be okay if I take care of your mother? Okay, so 2 problems are taken care of. So what's your third secret problem? Okay, she says, it's embarrassing, but I also have a daughter, 20-something years, and there is a stalker. You know what's a stalker? Somebody who is crazy about and always secretly... What is the Slovenian for this? And so I'm scared to leave her and I don't know what to do. So from the back of the room somebody says, I am a cop. What's the name of that stalker? I will help. So all 3 problems taken care of. And this is true. So one of the problems of modern life is that we no longer have villages, we no longer have big families, we no longer have all these connections that where everything is taken care of. But oftentimes any problem is solved. This author, she said that we are problem-solving creatures. So as soon as you hear a problem, you can't help. You have to think. Actually, it's a problem also. As soon as you mention some disease, then you say, oh, I have this disease. Then you stand aside, and then in the next half an hour, 12 people will come and say, did you try drinking, milk and honey? Did you try this? Oh, you should try that. It's impossible to avoid having some solutions. So it works even materially, but spiritually it's even more powerful. If materially it works, just imagine how powerful it is spiritually, especially considering that Krishna, it's also very interesting, Krishna says that he does not give mercy directly. He says his job description is God. And God is impartial. He must be fair. And fair means, mercy means undeserved. Right? So how can he, that's Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur in Madhurya Kadamini, if somebody is wondering. So also in the Sandarbhas. So if he is impartial, nepristransky, then how can he give mercy to somebody? So how does he give mercy? He gives mercy where you decide. So devotees are the purse carriers. You carry the purse with mercy. When we have this story how there was King Ambarish, famous king, who was very devoted, and then he was fasting, and then Durvasa, a yogi, angry yogi, came, and he said, yes, I want to eat, but wait, let me go take bath, He is going to take bath, and Ambarish has to break the fast because for a whole year he kept some very elaborate, complicated, ritualistic fast, and it's just this moment that he has to break it, but he cannot eat before such a guest eats. On one hand, on the other hand, if he doesn't break the fast at this moment, his whole year is wasted. Of whole year of that ritual is wasted. So then somebody advises him, okay, you take a little water. So, water is not food, but on one hand, but on the other hand, you can break a fast. If you had some fast, you can break the fast like this. So he takes water, and then Durvasa comes and he says, "What? You ate before me! You are so uncouth, so impolite. It's you don't follow any etiquette." And he creates a horrible demon who will attack Ambarish, and Ambarish is just waiting. And then, because he is such a great devotee, Krishna's Sudarshana chakra destroys the demon and then starts attacking Durvasa, this yogi. So the yogi is running away, and he's running and running. He's running to one planet, to another planet, and then this Sudarshana is following. He goes to the top planet in this universe, Brahmaloka. Brahma says, sorry, what will I do? This is God's weapon, Vishnu's weapon. Then he runs to Shiva. Shiva says, I'm not independent. Then it's Vishnu's weapon. So then he decides, okay, I have to go to Vishnu. So he goes to Vishnu, and Vishnu says, oh, they said they are not independent? Sorry, I'm also not independent. Why? I depend on my devotees. And he says, you want mercy from me, right? So if you come for mercy, you are at the wrong address. Because mercy is not here. My mercy is in the heart of devotees. So go to Durvasa back, to Ambarisha back, and ask for mercy from him. So this is, such a disappointment. He tried to kill Ambarish, now he has to go back. So he goes all the way back to Ambarish, and he says, I'm sorry. and then Sudarshan chakra is still there, hanging, ready to strike. This super weapon. And Ambarish then offers prayers, and he says, if I have done any pious act, if there is any pious credits, if there is any good karma, there is anything I deserve in this world, then, O Krishna, O Vishnu, O Sudarshana, give all of this piety to Durvasa Muni and save him. Every time I read about it, I feel awkward. I think, my God, how would you give all the punya? Leave something for yourself. Come on. I would leave something. Don't give everything away. It's so. I don't know how you feel. You feel yes, huh? Anyway, it's so. Of course, you don't. This is a devotee. Yeah. So devotees are like this. They are ready to. I remember when I was going to India. First, I was going with a friend, Dharan. He said, "Okay, I will go." You, two of us were going together, and I did not get my visa first time. When I went to the embassy, somehow I don't know what was wrong, but they refused to give me visa. And then my friend, he said, oh, you're not going? It was 1999. And he said, you're not going? Then I will also not go. I will pray to my deity, and I will ask him that please let him help you, and if you don't go, I will not go to India, to Vrindavan, to the holiest place. I thought, wow, if he's investing so much of his goodwill, of his blessing into it. We both went and lived there. I lived there all the way until the lockdowns, almost 20 years. So devotees is how mercy is spreading. So Krishna does not give mercy directly. If I go to Krishna and say, Krishna, give me mercy, you are God, he will say, very nice, get lost. Maybe not like this exactly, but he will send somebody if I didn't meet devotees, or he will say, read my books. In my books I say, go to my devotees. So it's actually counterintuitive, right? It goes against the intuition. We would think that who can give the most mercy? God, right? Who can give more mercy than God? Well, his servants can give more mercy. He says, so if his servants ask from Krishna, then Krishna will give more than he will give directly. So therefore, this is the importance of associating nicely with devotees, also asking for blessings. So this, do we have the screen? Shall we turn? Maybe you can turn this Veda base EO and then Shloka 4. Yes. So therefore, bhakti in fact begins from association. Krishna will send somebody if we start searching. Usually that's how it begins. Some devotees were telling how they once distributed books and they rang on the doorbell and the door opened and the guy says, have you brought the books? Have you brought the books? And they say, yes, we have brought the books. Oh, yes, thank you. What can I give you? How many books do you have? So they were surprised, that usually you have to work hard that people take one book, and here the guy, this is the first, he's asking about the books. So they say, how do you know that we have books? He said, well, I've seen you in a dream. They say, when? He says, this night. He said, how? He says, well, I read the Bible. He says, I have completed the full Bible, and then I knew there is more. So I was praying and praying, oh God, oh dear Lord, please send me some more information. Please send me some more. And then, this last night, 2 angels came and said, today we will come and bring you the books. And here you are with the books. And they, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, angels, okay. So maybe, why not? Of course. But this is a frequent story. When you have the question, then this is how mercy is given. You get a good association. We have the famous king, Pariksit, who was protected from dying before even taking birth. By the way, this you can read, everybody, on Veda base EO. I don't know if we have some 2 Slovenian books there. Yes, so Pariksit was protected before birth by Krishna, but then somehow or other he was cursed that he would die in 7 days. And he decided to renounce his kingdom, and then he went to the bank of the holy river, Ganges, or Yamuna, they say it's Yamuna, and he decided to do the best possible thing before dying, so that in 7 days he can go directly to the spiritual world after 7 days. He decided not to fight for living more. He had lived some 60-something years. He was a king for 30-something years. So he decided, okay, enough is enough. So curse is there, okay. And all the saints from all the universe, all the teachers, all the sages came to that place, and they were giving him some advice, some association, some instructions. So that is a proof that it was not a curse, it was not something bad that he has to die in 7 days. That actually it was, as he himself thought, this was mercy. What is the proof that it was mercy? Because he got association of all the saintly people in the universe. So everybody knew that this is a special person, something special is going to happen, and everybody came there. So this proves. So if you think that something bad is happening, if you are suffering, but you have good association, you can rest assured that it's not a curse, it's a blessing. It may look like a curse, may look like something bad, but if you have good association, it is actually a blessing. Maybe in disguise, but it's actually a blessing. So, good association of Krishna's devotees, this is the highest blessing that can, in fact, give you not only everything good in this world, but also everything in the spiritual world. So, Ramanujacharya, this was one of his last instructions. He said that if you tried everything, if you tried to get something important to advance and nothing worked, then just go to devotees and sit with devotees. Just be with devotees. And this will give you all the blessings. I have this experience, I don't remember where I told this story, but I often tell this story of how I was translating Chaitanya Charitamrita into Ukrainian. It's a big book. I should have brought it. I have it in my room. It's a big book, 17 volumes in English. So I remember there was one, before we were beginning, devotees in our temple, they threw a surprise birthday party. So they made a cake, and there were many nice things. They made one devotee, he made a movie, humorous movie. It was nice. But there was like 150 devotees in the temple, and they were giving, birthday, so they were giving good wishes. So then I decided, let me ask. So then, I said, if you want to give me some birthday present, then please give your blessings that we translate. We finished translating this book in 1.5 years, 18 months. And they all laughed, ha ha ha, Hare Krishna, and they said, yes, blessings. And then I did do some work. I did sit at my computer and tried to translate, and still when I finished translating and then I looked, it was exactly 18 months, exactly as I asked for these blessings. So I have this experience many times, that you can ask blessings from devotees, and sometimes it's magical how things work out. It really, the impossible is made possible, or half impossible, or many good blessings can come. So in Upadeshamrita, Nectar duhovnych napotkov, we have a verse describing the 6 exchanges, 6 ways to associate or cultivate friendships. So this is Dadati pratigrihnati guhyam akyati prichati bhunkte bhujayate chaiva shadvidham pritilakshanam. So dadati, daje v dar, Pratigrihnati, sprejemal dar. Guhjam zaupne teme, akjati pojasnjuje, pričati sprašuje, bunkte, this is good, je. Bodžajate, hrani. Hrani, okay. So, see, eating is there. I think it's very fortunate. Oops. So, to give and take gifts, to explain something confidential and ask about something confidential, and eat and give prasad are the 6 ways of loving exchanges between devotees. And then we have there are just 11 verses. It's a very nice book. All the essential teachings in just 11 verses. And then we have 2 more verses, how to see other devotees with respect, or rather how to externally show respect, and then how internally have respect to other devotees, how to see different devotees without criticizing. And then verse 7 describes the nectar of the holy name. So Bhanu Swami, he says that it is not accidental that the nectar of the holy name is not described until the relationships between devotees are described. In other words, that until you get your relationships with others, both external and internal, in order, then maybe the nectar of the holy name will not be accessible. We still chant, we must chant. In fact, this is what we do together. We get together and we sing. This is the Yuga Dharma, the religious practice for this age. This is the most, how shall we say, liberal, yes? I think it's a good word, liberal practice. Because the previous methods, like some of them, like performing fire sacrifices or doing some service in the temple, they require a higher degree of cooperation. So there are 4 ages, 4 yugas. So one meditation you may have experience when you try to meditate, and then you remember that he said like this, and she said like that, and it's very difficult to meditate, you know. And then I should have said like that, and I said like this, and they said like this, and we, we meditate, but in our mind we argue for a long time. Sometimes the person is already dead, and we still argue with them. So it requires a high level of peace. These other methods also require some higher degree of cooperation. But just coming together and sing together, even if there is somebody we don't have a very good relationship with that person, we can probably sing together maybe we'll stand on the other side of the room, but it's not such a big challenge, right? It's okay, we can sing maybe in the same area with this person. So it's such a merciful, liberal way to practice a high power meditation, even if we are not yet on that pure level of loving and respecting every single soul in the universe. So that's the special present of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there in the purport, Prabhupada says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was able to make animals sing. in the jungle. So then he says, but don't worry, if you cannot make animals sing, sometimes I'm trying to. Today I saw the 2 deer today in the 3 deer I saw, yes. I saw all the 3 actually. Now I know why I didn't see them for a while. Because there is a new one, little. First I saw 1, then I saw 2. Today I saw the little one, number 3. So he was, looking, and the mother was saying, no, let's go. So I was trying to tell, Hare Krishna, and nothing. He was looking, but I said, then he turned away, I said, and he jumped. What is he doing? So Srila Prabhupada says, no worries. If you cannot make animals, I will keep trying, but I don't know. Maybe it's not easy for them to say Hare Krishna. But at least with humans, we can sing Hare Krishna and humans can respond. And the main thing is to engage one animal in chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And having loving relationships with devotees, associating with devotees in loving way is essential. In Chaitanya Charitamrita there is a very beautiful story of a king, Prataparudra, who heard, so he was the king of Jagannath Puri. You could say this is a very fortunate position. Moreover, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God himself, moved to his city. He lived in his city. And he said to his minister Sarvabhauma, can you arrange some meeting? I just want to ask for blessings. And Sarvabhauma says, yes, I will ask. And he goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't say again. He's a king. I'm a monk. That was different times. Nowadays, you offer any monk to meet any king. We will all be happy to meet any king, right? But that was 500 years ago. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, monks never associate with kings. This is horrible. No way. I said, but Mahaprabhu, he said, you say again, I will go away. This is horrible, So what to do? So the king writes a letter. He writes a letter that I will renounce my kingdom, and either I will commit suicide or I will become a beggar. So then Nityananda reads this letter, so they all come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he's a king. They said, well, but he's a good king. He has good qualities. He's a nice king. He may be a nice king. But, you may have a nice milk, but if there is some contamination, something dirty, you don't drink it. He's a king. This one thing is enough that we will not want to associate. So then what to do? So then they tell the king, and the king is asking, can you please help? So what do? Ramananda Rai, this person here, is probably the patron saint of practical diplomatic interactions. Prabhupada glorifies him like this. He was a king also, but he was a governor. So he comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, I just mentioned to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I want to retire and go to Puri to be with you. And he said, oh, you are so lucky. Of course, you go, no problem. And I will give you all the money you are getting now as a pension. Full pension, all the money you are getting, I will give you. You take. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hears this and he says, oh, he's good to my devotees. And then every time Ramananda says, oh, the king was so nice. Prataparudra did this, Prataparudra did that. And Nityananda comes and he said, he did this, he did that. So then, step by step, first Nityananda asked, okay, maybe you can give him some of your old clothes. So he gives him his sannyas, Bahirvasa chadar, sends to the king. Then he invites the son of the king. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives some mercy to he embraces the son, he talks to the son, so then he goes to the king, and the king is happy, okay, my son is associating with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And slowly, little by little, devotees are softening the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, softening the heart, and then they say, okay, to Prataparudra, you dress not as a king, you dress as an ordinary devotee. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is resting after dancing in the Ratha Yatra, so this is Ratha Yatra, he's dancing, he's jumping higher than this building, I think. And so then for hours. So then he takes a little rest in the garden. So the king comes dressed as an ordinary person and massages the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu says, who are you? He says, oh, I'm a servant of the Vaishnavas. He says, you are very nice. You are very nice devotee. Shri Panchatattva ki jai. And so you can see that if we get mercy of devotees, even if God says never, devotees turn never into now. Devotees can change the mind of God. So this is why associating with devotees has incredible power. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. How do we proceed? We sing Gaurarati, we sing Kirtan, or we have some questions and answers? Questions and answers, okay. So then, can you please turn to a friend? Turn to a friend. Now. And guess which blessing would be nice to give them for this next month. So you turn to a friend and give them blessing. blessings or a blessing, and try to guess which blessing would be the best, and see if see if you can guess the correct blessing, and then the person who is your friend, you can say thank you anyway, even if it's a wrong guess, and then you can correct. You can adjust. Yes, but yes, you can ask for the blessing you like better for this next month. Can we do this? Can you please turn to a friend, to a neighbor, and then try to offer, and then ask for an adjusted blessing. Everybody has a friend, a neighbor. Yes, you too. Maybe you can, Kishore. You have. There is Misha. Can you try to?
I already did this with my wife, so.
It's okay. It's Krishna's blessing. He has enough. He will give more. Okay, so let's. Did all of you get a chance to give and ask the right blessings? So let's invite more blessings from Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Somebody should take a picture of all of you. You're all smiling. I don't know why. Is it from getting or from giving? You should probably try to match when you started smiling more. When you got or when you gave your blessings. So yes, this is your job description. Our ladies were singing the kirtan, Vancha Kalpata Rubhyascha. This is the Vaishnava Pranam, obeisances to devotees. So obeisances to all the devotees of Krishna, who are like desire trees, capable of fulfilling desires of everybody, and who are kripa sindubhya, oceans of mercy. So you can see, this is not a cup of mercy, not a river, not even a lake. Oceans. Kripa sindubhya. So Krishna has enough. And we have enough people who need. Now, you see, it's a very unique opportunity. He needs a lot of, he has a lot of vacancies, vacant job opportunities to distribute mercy. So if we get in between merciful Krishna and join the distribution of mercy, then a few drops will also touch us. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now, what's the conclusion? Who will try to supply? What two things we can do as a conclusion of what we have been discussing for the last 45 minutes or an hour? So, if I am miserable, I can do what? Go eat medanyaki, right? Or something else we can do.
Change misery into happiness.
How?
Association with the Buddha.
Yes. So try to help somebody and so ask for blessings and try to also give some good wishes to others. And then you become a river of flowing mercy. And then you're in a good position. Hare Krishna. Okay, some comments, points, questions? Yes?
Thank you for the nice lecture. I think that this topic is really important, this association. So we saw last year or this year also, when there was this corona and we could not go to temple, this was a bit more difficult. So I heard once a good example, so that just listening to lectures via Zoom is like licking honey via a glass, so it's not the same. But I have one question. So when associating with devotees, so one is here singing or talking about spiritual topics, but when you associate for a longer time and so on, it comes also to some other topics where you don't agree, let's say, so some political or historical or not only with devotees, also some lectures of some swamis, let's say, they have also some political topics which, let's say, we cannot, maybe we don't agree. What is the suggestion in such situation?
Thank you. It's a good. I think this was a question that Radhanath Maharaj 2 days ago was discussing, right? That what if similar, that we have some people we disagree. He said that this is a chance to enjoy the beauty of God's variety. How different are individuals in God's creation in general. He did say that sometimes, in some cases, if somebody is especially difficult in some ways, we can maybe avoid some topics or some. I have also some topics I disagree about, so we try to find some common ground. Okay. We disagree about this, we disagree about that, but we all agree that we need to chant Hare Krishna. Yes, we have to chant Hare Krishna, we need to do this, we need to do this. If we can find what we agree upon, and if we are civil, then we can, just leave some things aside and focus on what we can agree upon. We see that in Krishna's times also, even there were devotees on the opposite side of the battle, even. But in the evening they would get together, like Bhishma, grandfather Bhishma. So we may disagree with some things that he participated in. He followed his vow, and so he served Duryodhana. I frankly say that I think that nowadays it's too old-fashioned. We would say, why serve the demon? Just leave him. And fortunately, nobody nowadays probably expects from you to follow such old-fashioned rules as Bhishma was following, or Lord Ramachandra. But they at least show us the example how Yudhishthir, before the battle, he did not say, how can I respect grandfather Bhishma? He's on the side of a demon and he's even fighting with us. It's crazy. No, Yudhishthir, he went to Bhishma and he said, grandfather, my respects, please bless us that we win. And Bhishma said, you know what? If you didn't ask for blessings, maybe you would lose. But now, yes, blessings. And he gave him some hints how he can be killed, and how he gave some hints, some advice how Yudhishthir can win. So that's at least an example that ideally we can find some common ground and respect what is not so controversial, like chanting. It's a difficult time. I find that people are quarreling. Kali Yuga in general, it's the age of quarrel. And in Kali Yuga, like right now, this time now, we quarrel about some things that 10 years ago we didn't care about. Nobody cared. I will not even pronounce these words because not to polarize the topics, not to increase the tension. But 10 years ago we didn't care so much. 20 years ago, we didn't care, about some of these things. Now it's like a religion. It's so sensitive. So what to do? We say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And if somebody speaks only about such things, okay, we can try to steer the conversation to Krishna, so ask a question about Krishna. I have a friend who, it's actually very funny. We, like 20 years ago or 25 years, about 20 years ago, he was rather bitter most of the time. I can say, Ananda Prabhu knows him, Mahabhagavat in Vrindavan. He takes care of a house of Bhakti Maharaj, and he is a cook, and he's doing the audio recordings for the VHE. So he used to be a little bitter, he's that type of a person that he sees, like an editor or proofreader. He sees, oh, this is wrong, and that's very wrong, and how can this be like this? And, it's, a lot of people are like this, and, it's okay, it's part of our nature. And I used to somehow try to tell him that, what do you expect? This is the material world. Don't look at the bad side, look at the good side. But somehow or other, by the power of the spiritual process, he has, I can see how he's continuously becoming better and better and more spiritual. So sometimes I come and I complain to him. He says, oh, very bad. Do you know? And there is such a darshan in the temple, and he tries to gently steer the conversation back to Krishna, to kirtan, to darshan, to the temple. And only later I see, oh yes, I came to talk about some bad things, and he just very gently said, oh, Krishna is so nice. Oh, this is, I went to the temple, there was such a beautiful darshan. And, this devotee, he did such a nice service. He's such an incredible devotee. And he says it not in an artificial way, but sincerely. And I'm still surprised how he's able to switch the topic into the spiritual direction. So I guess this is how we need to act. So we become advanced when we learn to have friends in Krishna consciousness. So that's the intermediate level, Madhyam Bhakta. So Kanishta is the neophyte. Neophyte, we chant Hare Krishna, that's one good thing about us. Probably that's it. Other things we quarrel. But Madhyam Bhakta, he worships Krishna. He is merciful to somebody who makes mistakes. He just avoids the demoniac, and he makes friends with devotees. Means he keeps friendship in Krishna consciousness. We can discuss some topics also in other areas, but we try to speak about Krishna. In other words, Krishna is important for us to talk in an informal setting. Niranjan Maharaj, with regards to this verse, says that our level of Krishna consciousness is determined how often do we speak about Krishna outside of the temple room. Yes. Because in the temple it's clear, okay, there is Gauranga, okay, there is just Prabhupada, okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna is God, and we have to talk about Krishna. But in the kitchen, if in the kitchen I speak about Krishna, that means that Krishna is for me also there. That for me, Krishna is part of life everywhere. So that means I'm at least on the intermediate level. Thank you. Some other points? Some other comments? Questions?
Can you talk about different bodies?
My different bodies? Or you?
I suggest that we can continue discussion When prasadam is there?
Yes.
Predlagam, da preden je zadnja točka, se pravi prasadam, da še zapojemo 20 minut, da se še enkrat dvignemo. In potem 20 minut, se pravi, bi še imeli petje maha mantre, potem pa bomo tle postavili ruski bife tle in potem bomo servirali tale prigrizek naš slavni, tako da bi kar predlagal, da se kar glasbena skupina, ekipa, da se kar navesti. Hvala lepa našemu predavatelju. Adi Boruža Prabhu ki jaj. Tako da on bo na voljo za vprašanja, za diskusijo še ob prigrizku, tako da ne uid, zapišite si vprašanja, zapišite si dileme, pripombe, nestrinjanja, tako da bo probal na vsa ta...
Ne preveč,
bo vse lahko odgovoril ob sproščenem pogovoru o prasadam oziroma hrani. Najlepša hvala.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare-rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare-rama, Hare-rama, Rama-rama, Hare-Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare-Krishna, Krishna-Krishna, Hare-Hare, Hare-rama, Hare-rama, Rama-rama, Hare-Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare-Krishna, Krishna-Krishna, Hare-Hare, Hare-rama, Hare-rama, Rama-rama, Hare-Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna-Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna-Krishna, Hare-Hare, Hare-rama, Hare-Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna-Krishna, Hare-Hare, Hare-rama, Hare-rama, Rama-rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna-Krishna, Hare-Hare, Hare-rama, Hare-rama, Rama-rama, Hare-Hare,
Najlepša hvala naši glasbeni skupini, transcendentalni skupini. Najlepša hvala tudi vsem vam, ki ste prišli, ste si vzeli čas sred poletja, sred dopustov, sred vikenda. Nekateri celo prvi ste prišli. Najlepša hvala za ta vaš pogum in odločnost stopati po duhovni poti, transcendentalni poti. Sedaj je pa najbolj pomembna točka tega programa. Cel dan smo se trudili okrog te točke, kuhali, pripravljali, sestavljali meni, vegansko, ne vegansko, vse smo zmeditirali. Tako da bomo zdaj tle pri teh stolih bomo postavili eno mizico z ruskim bife šankom, kako se to imenuje, smo že pozabili, kako se to imenuje. Tako da upam, da ste zelo lačni, zelo lačni. Če pa niste nič hudega, vam zraven bomo dali še eno posodo, da lahko vzamete domov, koliko čte. Celo vas lahko nahranite doma. Tako da bomo zdaj postavili, pol pa, če imate kakšno vprašanje, kakšno dilemo, kakšno misel ali karkoli povezano z bhakti-jogo, z jogo ali karkoli, ste ljudno naprošeni, da povejte, izrazite svoje mnenje, vprašajte karkoli. Tako da še enkrat najlepša hvala. Hkrati pa izkoristil. Jutri imamo, če še imate kaj energije, pa poguma, jutri imamo še en festival ob 15. uri. Tale oseba, ki na tem plakatu ima rojsten dan, to je brat od Krišne, pravijo, iz duhovne dimenzije. Tako da jutri bomo imeli isto takšen program z veliko glasbe. Imeli bomo še en poseben obred kopanja božanstva, boste videli, če ne pa po internetu, karkoli, kako se kopa Gospod. Pa enih 100 vrst jedi za poskusiti, za pokušino. Tako da, če imate čas. Naslednji teden imamo 5-dnevni festival, to je pa za konc poletja, pa pred lockdownom, še zadnji izdihljaj, upamo, da bo zdržalo še do konca tedna, pa še 5-dnevni festival, kjer so pa samo pelo. Samo pelo, 24/7, lahko letite bilo kdaj, se usedete za minuto, pol ure, uro, 10 ur, ni važno, in se priklopite na ta kanal, transcendentalni kanal petja Mahamantre. Hare Krišna. Šiši panče tatu Bhagavane ki jai. Lepša hvala, pa dober tek. Najlepša hvala. Hare Krišna. Ok, zdaj bomo pa na hitro postavili tle misico, pa bomo takoj začeli. Evo smo.
Chandrika.
Hare Krišna. Še ena razlaga, da boste vedeli, kaj je na meniju, da boste, se pravi, prva posoda je posebna rižota s posebnim rižom, veganskim, cel kup zelenjave not, da to bo prva jed, potem so Ocvrtki, takšni iz zelja in čičerikine moke. Mi imenujemo to pakore. To je iz Krišnove kuharice, se pravi, to je tudi vegansko. Potem imamo omako iz paradižnika, tudi veganska, z začimbami ayurvedskimi. Med njimi izstopa verjetno očično seme, pa rimski kumin, pa kurkuma. To je sladko, nič ni pikantno, kako je to ponovadi v Indiji. To je isto vegansko. Potem tretja jed, ali četrta že po vrsti, je, mi rečemo rajta iz blitve. To je solata, jogurtna solata iz blitve. Je tudi začimbami tako slana. Potem imamo dve sladki, to je veganski biskvit z mangojem, mango preliv in carobo, čokoladni preliv. Brez tega ne smete iti domov. To. Predzadnja jed je pa, ni veganska, je pa zgoščeni jogurt iz jagod. Strokovno se imenuje šrikant. Najbolj popularna pa najbolj zaželjena jed na festivalih. Se pravi iz jagod in z vaniljo. In na koncu še za popitek, napitek bo pa iz pomarančen sok z limono in kardamomom. Kardamom je ena. Če imate veliko ognja, kardamom je začimba v ayurvedi, ki vam hladi telo. 31 stopinj zunaj, lih prav bo. Lih prav se je ohladilo. Tako da, kar izvolite, kar tle, lahko pijete enkrat, dvakrat, trikrat, 10krat, koliko lahko nesete. In dober tek, Hare Krišna.
Pratipadam Purnamita Swadanam Param Vijayati प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनम् सर्वात्मसपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् एकदर्पणमार्गम् भवमहादावारिनिर्वापनम् प्रत्यैरवसंयुताविकरणम् विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दामृतवर्धनम् प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृतसाधनम् सर्वात्मजीवनम् परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् राम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमित स्मरणेन कालम् एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि राम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमित स्मरणेन कालम् एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवदृशमिहा जनीनानुरागम् एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि एकदर्पणमार्जनम् भवमहादावानिर्वापनम् प्रत्यैरवचन्द्रकाव्यकरणम् विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दामृतवर्धनम् प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृतास्वादनम् परं विजयते करोरपि सहीष्णा मानेन मानवेन कीर्तनेन कलापने श्रीनादपि समीचीन करोरपि सहीष्णा अमानिन मानवेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि ऐनन्दतनया धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितामव जगती सखामयी न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितामव जगती सखामयी मम जन्मनि जन्मनि शरे भवतात् भक्ति मम जन्मनि जन्मनि शरे भवतात् भक्ति एकदर्पणमार्जनम् भवमहादावाग्निष्पापनम् श्रेयकैरवतन्यतावितरणम् विद्यावद्जीवनम् आनन्दामृतवर्धनम् प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृतास्वादनम् सर्वात्मसकलम् परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसंकीर्तनम् एकदर्पणमार्जनम् ऐनन्दतनया पतितं किं कर्ममां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ ऐनन्दतनया पतितं किं Karamam Visame Bhavam Budhau Kripaya Tab Pad Pankaja Sthitaha Sadisam Vitintayam Ainandatanyam Patitam Kinkaranam Visame Bhavam Budhau Kripaya Tab Pad Pankaja Sthito Dhuli Sadisam Vitintayam Ekadattvanamārdhanam Bhava Mahādāvāgnipāpanam Yakkairavatan Kāvitaranam Vidyamadhurīvanam Ekadattvanamārdhanam Nayanam Vadanam Gadagadaidira Ulakai Nikitam Bapu Vada Tavanam Grani Bhavishtati Nayanam Daladassudharaya Vadanam Gadagadaidira Ulakai Nikitam Bapu Tada Tavanama Grahani Vaitam Nisena Yakshusha Pravishaitam Sunnaitam Jagatsatam Sunnaitam Jagatsatam Govinda Vidahe Nami Uvaitam Nisena Chakshusha Pravishaitam Sunnaitam Jagatsatam Sunnaitam Jagatsatam Patitam Karamam Visame Bhavam Budam स्वपाद पंकज स्थितं एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् मम एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् मम दुर्दैव जनिनानुदान् विद्यावती
वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much. Yashodarandana Bhajana Randana Yashodarandana Bhajana Randana Yashodarandana Bhajana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya 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 Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jashodanandana Gopi Jana Nandana Jashodanandana Gopi Jana Nandana Jashodanandana Gopi Jana Nandana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Jashodanandana Gopi Jana Nandana Jashodanandana Gopi Jana Nandana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Tohe bisari man tahe samapala aba madhab panapani Tohe bisari man tahe samapala aba madhab panapani Takal sankat Takal sankat mita rama sabade katala sankatan katala sankatan katala sankatan bari bindu sama sutamita samadhi katala sankatan sankatan bari bindu sama sutamita ramani samadhi tohe bisari mana kahe samatpalla abhivamana abhakana bhage tohe bisari mana kahe samatpalla abhamaju abhakana bhage katala sankatan bari bindu sama sutamita ramani samadhi katala sankatan ohe bisari mana kahe samatpalam tohe bisari mana tohe bisari mana kahe samatpalam abhamaju abhakana bhage katala sankatan bari bindu sama sutamita madhava जगतारण दीन दया दीन दया अतः हरि तू जगत
जगतारण दीन दयामय माधव है जगतारण दीन दयामय अतय जगतारण दीन दयामय अतय बड़ी बिंदु सम सुतमित रमणी
by the sixth kosha. Akuti means eagerness. One, because Rupa Goswami is the father of this devotional service. He has written that book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In that book, there is nice direction. Of course, in Chaitanya Chaitamrita and other books, we have given the summary of those directions in our book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So, one has to learn the conjugal loving affairs of Radha Krishna through the teachings of these six kosha. Narottam Das Thakur giving us the direction that you do not try to understand the conjugal love of Radha Krishna by your own endeavor. You should try to understand by the direction of the Goswamis. So Narottam Das Thakur sings Narottama Rupa Raghunatha Pade Haibe Akuti Kabe Hama Bujhavasi Jugalapiti. Jugalapiti means conjugal love. Another thing he sings that Vishaya Charya Kabe Shuddha Habe Moh. This mind, so long, the mind is too much absorbed in materialistic thought. He cannot enter into the kingdom of Vrindavan. Narottam Das Thakur says, Vishaya Charya Kabe Shuddha Habe. When my mind will be completely purified, being from material anxieties and desires. Then I shall be able to understand what is Vrindavan, what is conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful.
Music, na vidya sangitottamam. The Vedic mantras were all through music. Samved is full of music. Jam Brahma Varunanda Rudram Marutasthananti Dibbai Savai Vedai Sang Padakrama Upanishadai Gayanti Jana Samaga. Samaga means the followers of Samved, Gayanti, they are always in music, true musical vibration, they are approaching the Supreme. Samaga, Gayanti means singing. So Vedic mantras are sung. This whole Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam can be sung very nicely. And it is Vedic mantra chanting, simply by hearing the vibration people will benefit. Even they do not understand. This mantra I chant. Nate vidusharthagatin hi Vishnu Durasayaji bahirarthamanina Andhajathandhai rupani yamana Stepi satantra Rudhamni badhya Matimna Krishne parato sato va Mitho vipadeta griha vratanam Matimna Krishne parato sato va Mitho vipadeta Grihabratanam Adanta Gobhi Bishatam Tamesram Puna Punachar Vitachar Bananam Adanta Gobhi Bishatam Tamesram Puna chad vitachad bananam Nate vidusharthagatin hi Vishnu Durasayaji